Welcome to day 787 in my HEX and PulseChain journey. I hope you're doing all great. Thanks for my latest subscriber Tom. Welcome to the hood, brother. And now please make sure to hit that like button. Let's get this video up to 500 likes. Hit that subscriber button and turn post notification on to get notified for every new video. And now let's get started with today's episode. In today's video, we're going to have a look at the whole PulseChain ecosystem. Now, since a few days, the PulseChain Bridge is out, so we can really go through the whole process of the Pulse ecosystem. First, we're going to bridge over from the Ethereum world into the PulseChain world. Once we're there, we're going to swap some tokens easily and smooth in the PulseChain world for some HEX. I'm going to show you how to stake the HEX token in the PulseChain world and what you can do with other tokens, for example, the Pulse token itself. And for the last part, we're going to have a quick look what is missing until mainnet launch. So let's jump right into it. First, we're going to see already the PulseChain Explorer on the PulseChain testnet. You can see down here the transactions are just flowing in really smoothly. 3.5 seconds average block time, and as well you can see the blocks aren't empty that much anymore. 9 transaction, 4 transaction, 10 transaction, 3 transactions. So as you can see, the blocks are filling up nicely in the testnet, which is already a good sign. People are testing out the infrastructure, and maybe there are also some stress tests going on just to see how well this infrastructure will perform. So first we go to see and have a look on the PulseChain Bridge, which is just up and running on the testnet since a couple days. So first you have to connect as usual your wallet. Let me click connect and MetaMask already pops up. I'm gonna connect my account and boom, here we go. So once you're connected, you can see what options do you have. Like on the bottom here, we have some information about the recent PulseChain testnet block update and the Robson testnet. So we are on the testnet. This is really important to know. We're on both sides in both worlds, on the testnet in the PulseChain world and also in the Ethereum world. It's called the Robson testnet. So you can see this bridge is built by the PulseChain community. This is a really important fact. It's not just some centralized entity who is building stuff. We have a great community who is putting out major software milestones. So let me see what else we can see up here. As usual, you can see the connected account. This looks really good. You can also see that you are on the Robson Ethereum testnet. Over here, you have a little switch button, switch directions of the bridge. If you're going to click this switch, MetaMask opens up automatically and you can click switch network, and now you're on the PulseChain test network. Let me just switch back real quick. On the transaction history, you can see all the bridging you have done. We're going to have a look later on this once we've done some bridge activities. So back on the bridge, over here we have in the middle the interface, which gives you all the information necessary. So first step, always have a look where you're coming from and where are you going to. We are coming from the Robson testnet and we would like to go to the PulseChain testnet. So this could be a little bit confusing in the beginning, especially when we are hovering around the testnet. So let me just switch back real quick, and if we're gonna activate here the lesson board, we can see we have two worlds. We can see on the left side we have the Ethereum world, on the right side we have the PulseChain world. All is in the testnet. This is really important. And of course you have all the tokens in both worlds. For example, you have the Ethereum token in the Ethereum world, we have the PLS token in the PulseChain world, and we have our loved HEX token as well in the Ethereum world, and we will have the same token in the PulseChain world. And you have a lot of other tokens. For example, you have the Link Army brothers here. We have the XRP armies, and we have also some stable coins like USDC or DAI. And all the same you will have in the PulseChain ecosystem, which is kind of nice if you ask me, because this is already the first sign of the one-to-one airdrop. So let me just finish here real quick all these tokens which we will have in the PulseChain ecosystem. So that you can communicate in between the two worlds, you need a bridge, and was just launched on the PulseChain testnet, what we just saw recently. This basically is nothing else than just a smart contract which is controlling the traffic. If you send in some coins on one side, it releases the same coins on the other side. So don't get confused with all the names, because what will happen in the PulseChain mainnet, not yet in the testnet, only in the mainnet, we will first see all the token tickers on the PulseChain with the name Pulse, HEX, Link, USDC, and there will be no additional ledger in front. So for the future, it's just easier to have the view from the PulseChain to the other ecosystem. And because we're going to keep the tickers on the right side of the PulseChain, we're just going to add a P on the Ethereum side, so we know that it is P Ethereum, P HEX, P Link, and so on until everybody has this ladder. And I'm gonna show you in a second why this is so important, that you just know where you're coming from and where are the tokens coming from which side of the world. So if we switch back quickly to the bridge, we can already see we are here now on the left side in the Robston testnet. This is the Ethereum world, which we also had on the left side in our graphics just before. So as you can see, we have here now the Robston testnet on the left side, and we want to bridge into the PulseChain testnet. So first we're going to send from the Robston testnet the tokens, and you can already see what I just mentioned before here in the dropdown. We have now on every ticker, we have a little P, except the DAI, maybe he was missing, but all the other tokens have the P ticker. So this is what I just explained, and now we're going to choose Ethereum because I would like to bridge one test Ethereum to the PulseChain test network, and you can see I should receive 0.999 Ethereum on the PulseChain ecosystem. The bridge fee is 0.1%. The bridge fee goes to whoever. We do not have any expectations from the profit of work from others, so we're just gonna bridge over this one Ethereum, gonna click the button send. In the next step, we have a quick confirmation of our bridging activity. We're going to send one Ethereum from the Robston and receive 0.999 Ethereum on the PulseChain. Click send to begin the transfer. We're going to click send. MetaMask opens up. We're going to confirm this transaction, and keep in mind this is still an Ethereum transaction, which you unfortunately have to pay a ridiculous high fee, and you have to wait 3 block confirmations. So this can take a little while until the testnet of the Ethereum blockchain has confirmed the 3 blocks, and after 3 block confirmation, my one Ethereum on the Robston testnet should come out on the other side of the PulseChain testnet, and you just need one other block confirmation. You can also click here to begin a new bridging process. This is really easy, but we're gonna just wait a couple seconds until the 3rd. That is done, waiting for execution. So now the smart contract is working. He will claim the one Ethereum I send and will release on the other side what is needed. You can see now it's green, transfer completed. Let me close this page. And let's see now on the transaction menu, we can see here 2 of 3 confirmation validated transaction. It goes so damn fast because now we are in the PulseChain world, and as more you bridge, you will have more transactions over here. So first you can see the direction here. We bridged from Robston to PulseChain testnet. You see the sending transaction. You see also the receiving transaction on the PulseChain test network. You see the amount over here, and the status is claimed. So now we can go one step back to the bridge. We're gonna simply switch the bridge direction by switching the network. Now we're on the PulseChain test network and we would like to bridge some stuff over. You can see I have now my balance of ETH, 0.99 ETH available, which is already in the PulseChain world. But we don't just bridge back and forth, we move on one step further. We go to the uniswap.v2.testnet.pulsechain.com website, where we just can simply swap now our ETH for some HEX, for example, or some Pulse, as you would like to do so. So let me just first search for Ethereum. You can't find it here. We have just a few tokens, but I can click manage token list and import a token address. For this, we go quickly back to the blockchain explorer. We're going to type in ETH and we should find an address. Maybe that's the right one. We will see in a second. Copy and paste. Let me just paste this in here. Import ETH, import. Wonderful, you can see balance 0.99 ETH. This is what we just bridged in, and now we're gonna swap some of this ETH for some HEX tokens. The price impact is too high because probably there's no liquidity, so let's just go with 0.1 Ethereum. We're gonna first allow this swap. As usual, you know this already from the Uniswap exchange. This costs me basically nothing. It is pending for maybe 3 to 5 seconds. Sometimes it needs a little bit more time. It's still a testnet which is going on. You see we already approved Ethereum. I don't even have to cut the video. Now we can just swap 0.1 ETH for 10 HEX tokens. Let me swap them real quick. And once again, we can confirm the swap. Of course, the price impact is a little bit high, but this is just testnet. No liquidity is here. And if we zoom into the MetaMask real quick, you can see basically this transaction, even if it's a swap, it's cost you 0.00058 TPLS, which is basically, I would say, free. So let me just confirm this transaction real quick, submit it. We're gonna wait another 1-2 seconds. We can chill a little bit. Oh, we cannot chill so long, so back to business. We already have our 10 HEX in our wallet. Wonderful. What do you do now? I'm gonna switch some ETH for some PLS. Let me see how the liquidity is over there. So let me swap 0.1 ETH for some PLS tokens. Click swap, confirm the swap, confirm the transaction in MetaMask, wait a second, chill a little moment. You don't have to wait so long because PulseChain is so fast. Back to business, boom, here we go. So now in our wallet we should have some tokens, but hold on a second, you can see them in your wallet. You have a nice feature. Let's go back to the bridge. Let's change to HEX, for example. I have already some tokens, and you can see here this button, import tokens. Once you click this button, MetaMask opens up and automatically the token information is added to your MetaMask wallet. You can do the same here. Let's do this for the PLS token. This should be already good. And we have the ETH token, which is also import token. Tac, boom, thank you very much for your service. If we go back now to MetaMask, we could see now all our tokens. The HEX token is here as well, and I have my TPLS as well in my wallet. Next step, we go to go.hex.com. This is the testnet version of the PulseChain. We click the button stake. We choose the amount of HEX we would like to stake. For a test stake, we go with 100 HEX tokens. We're gonna stake them for 5,555 days. Click the button stake, confirm the transaction in MetaMask, which is basically again free. Confirm. Wait a little second. You can chill if you want, but don't wait just too long. This is really fast on the PulseChain network. The smart contract is working exactly the same. So see, successfully staked 100 HEX tokens, and this for 5,555 days. That's really easy, isn't it? And if you have now the question, what do you do with your PLS tokens, for example, just head over to the stake.v2testnet.pulsechain.com. You see here all the validators. Let me get a little refresh to the site. Dark mode is also appreciated. I scroll down here in the validator list until I find my own validator down here. D1AD, for example, is my test validator. Gonna click on the right side, the little house. This little menu pops up. So up here you have the information about the validator, how much revenue share he's giving back to the stakers. You can also see he's in rotation. That means he can earn fees. He had no felonies and no I don't know what this word means. Anyway, he's behaving nicely. He's a good boy. And down here you just enter the amount of TPLS you would like to delegate. For example, 0.1 TPLS. Gonna click add. MetaMask as usual pops up. We're gonna confirm the almost free transaction. You just wait a little bit. You can see stake added to validator DAAD 0.1 PLS. You can go here on your left side to active stakes, and you can see this validator address again, and my revenue shares or my stake is 0.1 PLS. Wonderful. So the whole process is really sexy and smooth. So to summarize the whole story real quick, we went from the Ethereum test network into the PulseChain test network with the new bridge. We just bridged over all the tokens. Of course, you can do the same, not just with Ethereum, you can do this with all your other tokens. You bridge them into the new ecosystem of the PulseChain network. Once you're there, you can easily swap them. So either you want to swap them here on the PulseChain on the Uniswap interface, or you would like maybe to stake your HEX on the PulseChain, which is basically free to transact and you don't get wrecked by the Ethereum fees. Or maybe you would like to delegate your PLS to your preferred validator. Or we have more. The PulseX sacrifice phase is still going on, and have a look. The PulseX sacrifice, this will be the biggest and the most decentralized exchange on the PulseChain ecosystem. So we have now more than 1 billion, because you have to calculate the other chains like Bitcoin. So we have now over $1 billion sacrificed for this exchange. So this could be really funky. PulseX will also have one of the biggest yield farming programs ever seen in crypto. So it's really easy. You have your Ethereum tokens, you get your one-to-one airdrop on the PulseChain, and you just bridge in how we saw it from the Ethereum network to the PulseChain network, all your tokens, and you basically get the right side of your liquidity pair for free, and you can provide some liquidity, earn some other passive incomes with some fees, or you just swap all your tokens for some HEX and some PLS, stake and delegate to earn even more. And with that, we are already by the end of this video for today. If you found any value in it, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, and as always, stay long and fat, stay safe out there, and see you in the next one. Peace.